My message box is filled with questions, especially on my last three videos. I talked about what is love, lover's revenge, and talking of love. And it's very really difficult to answer all those questions because my thoughts are, I think, they're quite in variance with the general understanding of thing called love. So in my attempt to answer those questions cumulatively, or I further elaborate upon, today I will continue and talk about and say my again view that love is nothing, love is dumb. My friends, remember, two things differentiate human from other creatures, from all creation of the God when it comes to love and mating. One, humans do not have mating season as animals. Birds and insects do. All over the year, humans can breed. There is no specific breeding season for human. Human can mate round the year, while other creatures have to wait for the right time of the year for their sexual desires to be roused and to become capable of being consummated. Second thing, humans are the only species which can communicate through speech. Other creatures have to communicate their physical desires through courtship by dances various kinds, emitting smells, making mating calls. Their approach to member of the other sex is explicit. Among human, it is subtle. But there are far too many wise people and experts that humans, since also they are also one of the species, they also send explicit smells and messages for their partner, but still remain subtle. Though speech gives human many advantages over animals, they find it very difficult to express their emotions, I feel. It takes a lot for for a man or a woman to utter the three simple words, I love you, to each other. Far too many movies have been made, far too many novels have been written, but the man always found incourageous or lack of courage to just say I love you. We often envy animals and birds who do not have to say anything but straightway get on with the job with absolute pleasure and ease. There is no difficulty at all. Yet, the aspects of our animal ancestry will manifest themselves in our behavior pattern, which are human variations. Of these variations, human variations are of animal courtship rites, not spoken, but communicative of desire, surely. This is speechless flirtation by gestures. The most prevalent and primitive is winking an eye. You all know, and you are quite an expert, all of you. Studies in human behavior have shown traces of animal-like behavior in the approach towards the other sex also. The first move is to attract attention. The male do so by turning out smartly dressed, puffing out the chest as he stride past a group of women with macho steps. A woman will do so by wearing a dress which accentuates her physical assets. and walking with a seductive, hip swaying gait. You watch every day. After the notice me act is over, the next step is convey of convey a message of availability. And this is achieved through by many authors have written about one uh, author I quote here is Dr. Givens, a specialist on the subject, says that I am harmless message. He said I'm a harmless message. This message has to be given. Charles Darwin called it submissive displays. Such behavior is common among monkeys. Apes are found to be doing the same thing what humans do. Patterns of flirtation have been the subject of research since time immemorial. It's been round the world studying the approaches of the couple towards each other and taking photographs without their noticing them. All these researchers do that and then they study and make the analysis. One researcher has tabulated 5 gestures of submission. Placing hands with upturned palm on the knees or a table. One gesture. Now you notice this. Shrugging shoulders. Another gesture. Tilting the heads. Another gesture. Heaving like a child and finally yielding to each other. These are the common gestures, unnoticeable gestures. My friend has been noticed that men are more drawn towards women who are plain to look at but convey the impressions of availability than towards the beautiful women who are very difficult to get. The difference between the men's and the women's approaches towards each other is also a subject of study. And it matches with the animals' past. It has less to do with love or romance, I suppose, and more with their biological functions. However, for a man, it can be one act of copulation, at times repeated with different women. But for a woman, it may entail 9 months of pregnancy, almost a year of breastfeeding, and perhaps another 3 or 4 years during which a child is more dependent on its mother than its father. Consequently, my friend, while a man's approach to the woman he likes is casual and unburdened with future responsibilities, a woman perforce has to be more choosy in the choice of her mate. If she senses that the man of her choice may ditch her, she will feign immediate withdrawal and break. She will never approach. She expresses herself by being coy, coquettish, and difficult to get till her man is driven to frenzy and more willing to commit himself. No words need be exchanged. Gestures and behaviors are eloquent enough to convey every message. You see, dogs, cats, donkeys, and deer, they behave in a similar way, absolutely similar way. My friend, in short, the humans can put our emotion in words. We people express ourselves the same way as our ape ancestors do, and that is by speechless conduct. Food for thought once again. I wait for the further questions coming on this talk. Till then, thank you very much.